On numerous occasions while studying for my exams, I had to pause for long and unplanned periods of time because I was distracted. These distractions came in different forms. Please check my video on 9 distractions that could affect effective studying. The link is in the description box below. That will give you an idea of what I was up against. It made me ask myself several times if I was mentally prepared to sit for the exams. However, out of self-preservation, I quickly developed several strategies to counter these distractions. So, in today's video, I'll be telling you how to overcome distractions while studying. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you like the content, please hit the subscribe button and bell icon to get notified every time I post a new video. As I said earlier, I'm going to tell you how to overcome distractions while studying for exams using 9 simple tips. You should wait to the end of the video to get 2 bonus tips. Very important. Let's start. Tip number 1 is identify why you are distracted. The first step is to conquer your distractions by finding out why you are distracted. Sir Francis Bacon said, and I quote, "Knowledge is power. So if you know why you are distracted, you'll have power over it." Tip number 2, say no to electronics and social media. Since the early 2000s to date, technology has improved in leaps and bounds. They are now more than before geared towards holding on to our attention. There's always something to watch on TV, on our phones. There's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, and a whole lot more to keep us spellbound at every point in time. Therefore, if you're preparing for exams, say no to them, or at least reducing your exposure would greatly improve your chances of passing the exam. I may sound very critical, but you just need to try it out to get better results. Tip number 3 is create your own comfort zone. This is an area or space that puts you at ease when you're about to study. It could be the corner of your room, in the library, or a friend's place. The area has everything you need to study at ease, at least within reach. Things like stationery, your computer, perhaps a printer, your textbooks, and probably a drink. You may have a well-lit desk area with a comfortable chair to sit on. With all these and little more, you would have created a comfort zone free of stress and distraction. Tip number 4, don't multitask. Try to keep your tasks for the day simple and do one thing at a time. Do it based on a timetable. It will be foolhardy to bunch up several different study sessions within a short time because your brain won't retain information and you'll get confused very easily. Tip number 5 is write your distractions on a distraction sheet. I realized that anytime I got distracted by something and I wrote it down on a sheet of paper, it helped me expose the distraction even more. Looking at what I wrote on the distraction sheet trained my mind to avoid distraction anytime it came up. Tip number 6 is do the difficult tasks first. The fact is, you will certainly focus more on study tasks that are quite hard. They take more time to understand and assimilate. These tasks could be important to your exams, so you're less distracted. Definitely, you taper down to those tasks that are easier to do afterwards. By then, you'd have completed the bulk of what needs to be done. Tip number 7. Wield authority over unwanted thoughts and anxiety. Constantly remind yourself of the importance of your exams and the need to pass it at your first attempt. If unwanted thoughts creep into your mind, block them out. You could counter it by reading out the words in the book you're studying until those thoughts disappear. And you must ensure they do. Bouts of anxiety are purely psychological, and you must acknowledge the fact that if you dwell on them, your exam preparations won't be smooth. That's how you wield authority. Tip number 8 involves developing a routine schedule and allowing breaks. You could use a timetable, a calendar, or even an app to set timings for study sessions. Once you start these sessions on a daily basis, you will get used to it. Distractions are minimized because you've gotten used to a routine. However, you need to allow breaks in your routine to, in quotes, feed your distractions. Afterwards, you could return back to your study session. Tip number 9 and the final one is to make sure you eat. Taking your meals regularly during the day is certain to kill off distraction of hunger pangs. You could prepare your meals for the day well before you start your study session, or you could just order for the food to be sent at the exact time you pause studying. Let's get to the bonus tips. Now, bonus tip number 1 is find your way around the issue of children. If the recalcitrant children are your nieces and nephews or just the neighborhood kids, it's easier to change your location because their parents are there. However, if you're the parent, it's not so easy, but you can work your way around it. Find their routine when they are least active. That's probably or most likely when they are asleep. So nighttime could be a great period to schedule your study sessions. You could also get to isolate yourself in the room while the children play or are engaged elsewhere. However, if the child is still an infant, it would be nice to get someone or a caregiver or a maid to look after the baby while you study. Bonus tip number 2 is place studying as priority over family issues. Now, ask yourself, right now, what is more important? Family issues or your exams? Choosing to solve family issues would not be an excuse for not studying. And even though others balance their lives and work with family issues, you don't have to. After your exams, you'd have enough time to do so. Let's recap. To overcome distractions while you study for exams, you will need to do the following. Identify why you are distracted. Say no to electronics and social media. Create your own comfort zone. Don't multitask. Write down your distractions. Do the difficult tasks first. Wield authority over unwanted thoughts and anxiety. Develop a routine, schedule and allow breaks, and eat. However, the bonus tips include finding your way around the children and place study as priority over family issues. I hope you enjoyed the video, but if you have any comments or suggestions, please place it in the comment section below.